Woodland AK M4 micro rigs. If you don't know, these will hold 2 AK or 2 M4 mags per pocket. The lids are Velcro. I can't even hardly grab them with one hand there. Anyways, the lids are Velcro. They are reinforced around the edges to help hold shape. They have pals on the outside, both outside mag pouches. So you can put a pistol mag pouch there or a tourniquet. There's also another set of pals over here, so that's 3. Utility pocket will hold 2 medical pull-out trays, or insert pull-out trays. They'll also hold 2 smokes or 4 5.56 mags. So you can get 8 mags on this rig if you want to. These lids Velcro in place and go all the way down to the bottom. So they are much adjustable, which means you can put taller mags in there should you want to. We have them in left and right hand. They come with a shoulder strap set. As you see, they also come with a waist belt. And they have this Velcro on the back that you can pull off and expose so that you can attach our dangler FUPAs, which is a fanny pack. The FUPA will attach to this and hang down, so you can use it as a dump pouch or a medical pouch. The FUPA also can be worn as a fanny pack, as a crossbody bag, or as a chest pack. It comes with a set of shoulder straps and a waist strap. So it has everything in it that you need, and has a panel that folds up to mount into the back of this or onto your armor. This Velcro and these attachment points here will also let you attach it to armor that has that ability. Woodland, M81 Woodland there. I've got a few Woodland mini packs. We just did Woodland pocket organizers. These things are super cool. They hold a 3x5 right in the rain. 4 pockets. They hold a small tube light, small knife, small multi-tool, small pen, pencil. And then there's a pocket right here, and the whole thing is a pouch. Krugerrands. You could put a bunch of coins in there and knock the shit out of somebody if you had to. Fits in a cargo pocket. That's what I built them originally for, to fit inside my cargo pocket in my pants. And then it also has grommets and 550 cord, so that you could use it under your arm as a concealable wallet, or you could use it around your neck. Pull it out from under your shirt or jacket when you need it. Nalgene bottle pouches. These got done today. As you see, these also fit a jet boil. They hold the full jet boil, and they have pockets inside here on both sides to put your spork and your fork and your knife, whatever you want to carry in there, utility-wise. Pals on the side to where you can add other things. You could carry a bottle of Tabasco, like I know Kips loves Tabasco. Somebody tag Kips in here. Pals all the way around the front. That's really there. You're not probably going to use that. I mean, you could put a tourniquet here and here should you want to, but it's actually easier to sew those all the way across than to terminate them. That's why we put them on there, and it gives you a little more real estate. And on the back, we gave you a lot of pals, so you can adjust them high or low, put them wherever you want them. These will fit on the side of, they'll fit on the side of our mini packs. They'll fit on the side of a lot of our bags. They'll fit on the side of the diaper bags and several other things. Any place you have pals. I've got CQB Mag pouches. These hold 2 M4 mags, and I have Patrol. These hold 3. These will also hold two 308. And these have pistols on the side. So your pistol mag pouch is on the side. You can put a Leatherman tool, Surefire light, 550 cord, monocular, whatever you want. Little food bars. And that's those. And they have Velcro and fast techs. That's how we built them from day one. The idea of noise, discipline, security of the items. You have the fast techs. Once you're in area of operation or doing whatever you're doing, you can tuck these under your belt, lock them out of the way, and then you're just ripping Velcro. But Velcro's loud. Well, if you're changing a mag, you probably just dumped most of your rounds. They probably know you're there. Nope, I use silencers. Yep. Well, you've never heard a silencer then, because they still know you're there. Woodland tool bags. These are done. All this stuff I just showed you is all online. If you order it tonight, it'll ship to you tomorrow morning. Woodland tool bags are completed. They're right there. Raid Black large clothes bags. These are online. There are only 3 extra available. They are in inventory if you want one. Large Woodland tool bags are online. If you order one, you will be sure to get one of these. These will finish tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, these will be done. All that stuff's online. Pink large clothes bags. There are only 3 of those available extra. Those are online and in inventory, so if you want one, grab one while you can. Clothes bags, all that stuff, clothes bags, toiletry bags, all that shit, has been wide open. You could order it at any time on any day, and we would run them. Even if we didn't have them for you, we would make them for you. And that's changing. We're doing all the clothes bags that we have on order, and we're building extras and locking the inventory. When they're gone, they're gone. That doesn't mean we won't run them ever again. It means you won't be able to just order them and we'll build them for you on your terms. That's not how that's going to be anymore. These are all clothes bags. These are all sub loads. These are all clothes bags here. So it's all being made. There will be a few extras. Now is your time to get one if you want one. So what's up, guys? How is everyone? Southard, Ravelli, Crayons, what's up? Shipping confirmation today, Caswell, right on. Web Dad, what's up, buddy? Did you see those Nalgene pouches? Byron Roberts, what's up? Peoples, how are you? Waiting for 5x7 right in the rain cover. What color are you waiting on? Oh, you're waiting on the 5x7. I think it's going to go out this week. We're not doing any kind of discount code this week. There's not any promotion item. We spend a good 30, 40, even 50% of our labor every week building the free shit we send you guys. So we're not doing it this week. We're putting out some unique items, low numbers. People buy them, don't buy them, whatever. If you need a discount, you won't be shopping this week. If you want some shit you won't be able to get next week or next month or even till the end of the year, now's the time to get it. We will probably put that 5x7 cover out this week. Got tracking Highlander carrier right on. What features should I look for heavy duty sewing machine? You're not there yet, buddy. You're not there. Get online, type that question into YouTube, and just start going. It's more important that you get a machine and start sewing. I never had a sewing machine that had the features I should have, and I'm a much better sewer for using a much lesser machine and making it work. If you're asking what you need, you don't need a sewing machine. That's just the reality of it. Go rent one someplace. If you're in a big city, I'm sure you can find someplace that will rent one. Buy something that's available. I use Conso 206s. If you talk to dudes that run factories that build this shit, they will tell you that you need a Juki of $3,000 to $5,000. We use Conso 206s. That's a Conso 206. That's a Conso 206. That's a Conso 206. That one over there is a Conso 206. It doesn't matter what they say. Seiko, Nakajima, Pfaff, Singer, High Lead, fuck, I don't know. There's a dozen Conso. They're all clones. They're all Nakajima. Those are all Conso 206s. Why do we do that? I've got these Jukis, 1508s, and then I've got some bigger machines also. I don't have a motherfucker here that can work on these things. I live in a town where Oshkosh, HIS, Chick Jeans, Levi's, all those factories were here. All the dudes that could work on these machines, they're dead. They died. Like, I do well to get a couple of dudes that can come and fix these Conso 206s. They don't have a clue about the newer machines. And the sewing industry in the United States is dying. So that's another thing to look at. Who works on what in your immediate area? Can you do it yourself? Yes, you can. You can. But every single question, every answer you have to every question you have, you're lucky. You have something that I didn't have, and that's called the internet. And it's all right there. It's all right there. Tool bag weight capacity, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter because you're not going to put anything in it that'll fit in it that weighs more than it'll hold. We put gravel in it. We put large, if you know what gravel is, 5'7", right? 5'7", the size of the stone. The 7s, they're big. We filled one with gravel. We've done this many times. We filled one with gravel. It was 37 pounds. We took 10 guys. There's a video of it on YouTube. We took 10 guys, and we went on the highway back here, which is small town speak for two-lane road. It used to be the way, right? Before the interstate, 69 was the way. It was a little two-lane road that had, you know, gas stations where people lived in the back of the gas station kind of shit, you know, where the American pickers go pick. They came through here all the time. So we went back there, and we took 2 guys, one on each handle, and threw it as high as we could in the air and let it come down and smash the ground. We did that for 9/10 of a mile. And the zipper broke from the gravel, from this landing upside down, and the gravel, the weight of the gravel and sharp edge of the gravel cut a tooth on the zipper. The bag never came apart. You're not going to put anything in this bag that it's going to matter. You're not going to be able to fill it to capacity to make it fail. If you took this handle and put them and used them to tow a truck, you would probably rip the fabric. But you're not going to, putting stuff in this and carrying this bag around, you're not going to destroy it. We filled them up also with gravel and drove over them. I think we drove over it 27 sometimes, filming the video of the tool bag video that's on the website where you would go to buy this. The Toyota truck we drove over with, we drove over, I think 27 times that day. The bag wasn't fucked up. You're not going to put enough weight in this to make this bag fail. Anybody have a tool bag that wants to attest to, can you put enough weight in these, right? Because as the dude selling them, you know, as the dude selling them, people would think that I might have some interest in, you know, fabricating stories or making it out better than it is. I don't have to. I don't have to fabricate any stories, because the fact is, if you don't buy one of these tonight, they won't be here tomorrow. There will be 100 other dudes that want to buy the 12 bags that are available. Pumpkin Defender, what's up, buddy? I've been waiting for that cover, looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll be able to use it to take notes at Self-Reliance. Right on. PERDEF. What's PERDEF? What do you do? Preferred Defense? Is that what that is? What is that? Billy Magnum? What's Magnum? The most powerful handgun known to man. Is that what he said, or in the world? 44 Magnum. I'll be keeping an eye out for the 5x7. I will gladly pay full price. No code is fine. Caswell, I don't know what we're talking about. We're not running a code this week. We're just trying to get caught up on stuff. And with everything going on, we're putting a lot of my inside labor is being used on the property. We're just moving stuff up, raking gravel, cleaning shit up. We got to compress a bunch of the gym equipment back, but still keep it usable. A lot of people come here and want to work out while they're here. Get all of this stuff has to go out, and all of this stuff has to move, and a lot of this stuff has to compress and Tetris back in there. We just need a clear shot, right? We're gonna have a lot more people here than last time. Weather is scheduled. I scheduled it. I called the weather guessers and had them type in 50 degrees. So if you're coming to the event, bring clothes as though it's gonna rain. Bring clothes as though it's gonna be 0 degrees. And also bring some clothes as though it's gonna be 85 degrees, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And it literally is a guess. But as of right now, it's supposed to be 50 degrees during the day. So we'll be in here, and then we'll be outside under the pavilion over there. And then we'll have vendors all around the building, probably. We got a big food truck coming in out front. We have another dude coming in that does barbecue, that's going to cook the hog that's being processed here that day. If you're in town Thursday, come say hi. If you're in town Friday, come say hi. If you're in town Friday and there's people here, we will hang out. Like, when everybody's like, I want to come hang out with you, I don't fucking hang out ever. The hangout time that I ever do is usually the Friday night before a Saturday event. So if you want to come in, hang out, we typically order pizzas. You want to bring some food, bring some food. You want to bring some drinks, bring some drinks. I don't fucking drink beer. I appreciate it. Don't bring it for me, bring it for you. And I will sit and hang out with you while you drink your beer. But other than that, Saturday, Sunday, camping on site. We've never allowed that before. We've never done that. We'll see how this goes. But come as though you're camping, right? You're camping. That doesn't mean you're coming in here and setting up a tent that you're not going to use. You're not going to have access to the toilets. We'll have some porta potties outside. You are camping. So if that's you and you're a camper, you're welcome to camp. I have a whole property, 30 some acres to the side here, that is woods with a pond. You're welcome to camp over there. You're welcome to camp at the pond over there. You can hammock camp, tent camp, whatever you want to do. You're welcome to it. Got a baby boy coming. Need Multicam Black diaper bag. So Will Carrot, I owe a buddy a Multicam Black diaper bag. We had one, offered it to him, and he said he wasn't in a position to get it. And then he worked out a trade, and I did not realize that bag shipped to somebody else. We are waiting on Multicam Black to come in the door. It will be any day. I owe Slim Perkins a Multicam Black diaper bag that will be built any day. And if you order a bag, if you want one, send me an email or hit me up through private. Email's better. Tell me you want one. I'll put it online where you can order it, and you will get one out of this run. When we run his, we will run yours. So now is a very good time for you to get a Multicam Black diaper bag if you want one, because we are actually about to build them any day. We are literally waiting on Cordura the truck to pull up and bring it in the shop. For elk, I pack a Aviat Husky. I don't know what that's in reply to. Yo, got a baby. Oh, right on. And congratulations on the baby. Will, do you know who the mother is? Stinson, dude, I'm so going to need a third job. Why? Because you're crazy fucking cat lady? Hang out, put everyone on the packing party for shipping packages. The theory for the clothing and weather sounds about like college. Isn't that how it is everywhere though, Tyler? Weather guessers, right? They're weather guessers. They don't forecast shit, they guess. They're weather guessers. And really, if you think about a motherfucker that reads weather, that dude's like 2 days away from unemployed. Like, nobody needs him, because you pull your phone out of your pocket and the guessed weather is fucking right there on everyone's phone, right? Those dudes are out of work. They just don't realize it yet. Same thing with the news. What do they call news anchormen, right? What do they call it? They're news readers. If there's compilations, there's fucking thousands of compilations of when big events happen in the United States or around the world. Thousands of news readers reading the exact same script. You know that the news company gets issued a script that they're going to read internationally around the world? They get issued a fucking script. They all have the same fucking words. Did you know that? They get issued it at like 4:30 in the morning. Every fucking news company. Companies. They are companies. And none of them are for you. We're all weathermen. I'm with you, Will. I'm with you. Oh, gear addiction. Gear addiction. You ought to launch a line of cat shirts for all the crazy cat ladies. Do some catchy, do some kind of crude, vulgar, do some cutesy, right? So you catch the whole audience, but the main thing is the cat thing. And then the profits can run into your 501, well, you know how to do that shit, right? To feed the cats, because you're a crazy cat lady. Did you see the blue flu in Canada at the protest? Yes, I did. I saw a lot of people siding with the truckers. I saw more of that come out today. The tow companies are like, no, we're not towing these big rigs. They are our only customers. I see a lot of parts of Canada are backing down. I see the United States is starting to talk back down on all the lockdowns because they're scared. Meanwhile, the White House continues to build more walls. Meanwhile, you can't go to the Capitol building. Did you see, more importantly, did you see that Thomas Massey was on Timcast tonight. I know Thomas Massey. I personally know the man. Fucking awesome, awesome dude. If you don't know who Massey is, you should look him up. He's a homesteader, lives off the grid, congressman. Fucking just awesome dude. Biden backed off on the crack pipe giveaway. Was it real? Was it ever real? You know, we have the Hunter Biden, we have the Biden-Harris crack pipe patches still, I think. Maybe I'll run some of those and we'll just put them in the stickers in the orders. Massey is real. Massey is one of the few fucking, you're a grandstander, I'm coming at you. You're not, I'm going to come at you like you've never been come at before. Like Trump personally cussed him out on the phone. Have I eaten venison? Yeah, I absolutely have eaten venison. Yeah, for sure. I already have the paperwork. Get my 501c3 to open the Savannah Sanctuary when I move to the new place. No, I know you do. I know you do. You should put out some shirts. Do you know how many people watch the Serval videos? I'm subscribed to like 10 different fucking Serval cat videos. That's all they do is make fucking videos of these cats. I watch every one of them. I am my own Ron Burgundy. Yes, yes. I am a fan. I'm not. I don't like the whale's vagina. I left San Diego fucking 15 years ago. Don't miss it at all. It's a fucking shithole. You have a Typhon Royal Blue addiction. Better get that podcast going soon to support your habit. I do backcountry to hunt mule deer. 60 is what my pack weighs. Man, it's such a surprise when you move to Tennessee because the deer, like we have dog. I own a dog that's the size of the deer here. Whereas in California, you see a mule, and I know California, like that's not even a big mule deer, but a mule deer in California is like the size of a fucking pony. It's bigger than it's a small horse. And then these deer here, you look at them, you're like, when are they going to grow up? Who and where do they find a company to make the crack pipes and someone at the federal budget office getting the bill, 30 million PATS pipes? The question is so we know crack pipes exist, right? Because we've seen them on the news. I'm pretty sure I've seen them like in the gutter. What is a crack pipe actually made for other than smoking crack? Like, what are they buying to put the crack in? Like, what is the actual use of the crack pipe other than crack? Deer here in Iowa destroy vehicles. Yeah. Liberty Chick, what's up? Elections are coming. Watch all the mandates. That's exactly what's happening. All the mandates. So you've got the diversion of war. They're not going to send their kids to war. They're going to send your kids to war. They're going to use war as a diversion for all of your supplies. All your food's gone up. Like everything just in the last 2 weeks at Sam's Club went up 30%. That's just food. All your racking, like this, all your metal and all your other shit, these doubled in price in the last month. Doubled in price. They're now $150. They went from $75 to $150 for those shelves. So they're gonna. Where's all the metal gonna go? It's gonna go to the war effort. Where's all the excess food going to go? It's not going to go to your shelves. It's going to go to the war effort, right? So for the next 2 years, we're going to play pretend war or actually go to war or scare of war, right? So everything's going to be diverted and you're going to have restrictions. And then whoever comes out as running for president, hope and change, I'll get your food back. We'll end this war. So you're going to vote for, whoever. It's all manipulation of you. Post a session on locals, thank you. There for a moment, Tyrone Biggums was dancing in the, I don't even know who that is. Single rose vase in truck stops are crack pipes. Single rose vase in truck stops are crack pipes. Is that true? I thought a crack pipe's much smaller than the rose ones. What are these cats called? Servals. A Savannah cat is like a further down diluted generation of a serval. They bred them with house cats, and then they have a high content of serval. But they're enough house cat that they don't have the habits of the wild animal. Like servals and big cats, you can't litter box train them, but savannas you can litter box train. And I could be wrong on that, but that's my understanding. Servals will walk around and just spray. They will just fucking spray piss, whereas savannas don't do that as they get diluted down. Like a bobcat. Yeah, bobcat, you can have no, they're bigger than bobcats. You can have a bobcat. You can have a serval. You can have an ocelot. You can have lynxes. You can have manxes. At least here in Tennessee, you can. Both can be used. The glass stem without a bowl can be used as well. The crack pipe is a fragrance oil burner. But those are big ones, right? All the crack pipes I've seen are like the size of the front of these fucking clamps right here, these hemostats. They're like maybe 2.5 inches long, if that. 1/4 inch in diameter, little bowl on the end. 89 people on here, folks. There's only 65 thumbs up. Need you to hit that button there. No, a chick that has a bobcat, right on. So male bobcats will go 45 pounds. Canadian lynx, Carpathian lynx, those will go 75, 80 pounds on a male. One crack pipe, only crack pipe I've seen was on an episode of Cops, pretty small. That's what I'm talking about, right? They seem pretty small. Yellowstone here. Billy, truth be told, are you in Yellowstone? You're saying you're in Yellowstone? What'd you do tonight? Oh, not much, just hair. Just had an in-depth conversation, 90 plus people at crack pipes. You can get crack pipe that has a plastic wire and a colored fabric in it that looks like a rose in a tube. It's called a rose. Also, they make a pin model. Got it. All my girls are litter box trained. They sit, stay, lie down, come, play, fetch, jump, and jump in the shower and bathtub, harness trained, and will go hiking. Yeah, those cats like water. At least all the ones I've seen love water. They're more like dogs than cats. They fetch. I work in a sheet metal shop. We've seen a 50% to 100% price increase. Oh, I bet you have. I bet you have. I know a dude works in a lumber mill, a wood providing place, you know. They cut dimensional lumber and shit. And they are requoting, he said they are requoting quotes from last September. Now the companies are ready to start the project, so they're getting new quotes to deliver, and the new bids are over 100% higher. Used to pump base. Friends will use anything, even sockets with Brillo. Used to pump base. I don't know what that means. Use little glass tubes that the single cheap roses you buy at the convenience store come in. But what is the crack dealer, right? The crack dealer rolls out. Do they even have crack anymore? The crack dealer rolls out and he's got a pocket with fucking 20 little crack pipes full with like one hitters in it, right? Where does he buy those? He doesn't go to the gas station and buy fucking 100 roses. Freebase. Used to sell Freebase. Got it. Soon they'll be handing out dope. I think they are handing out dope. Just priced some concrete work for my barn. Had some cabin pads. The prices are double. Yeah, Lone Star. I know all about it. I know all about it. I've got a bunch of concrete that's got to go out front here. Did you guys watch that? I don't think I posted a link to it. Jaeger posted a link to a little tiny house in the woods, right? Dude's got a YouTube channel. It's awesome. You've probably seen it scrolling through YouTube. It's a little black cabin, little black tiny house. It's like 8 by 12 feet, maybe. It's beautiful. It's black. It's got red trim, big window in the front. And he talked about building it and what it actually cost to build and showed the stages of building it. And I think every one of you could build this thing. It starts with concrete pads. You sink them into the ground a little bit. They're just, 12-inch concrete round discs probably 6 inches deep. It's what they use to set all the cabins in Alaska on. They don't tie them into the ground because the ground moves so much a lot of places. And then you put your 6x6 verticals, and then you run your 2x6 border, and then you run your 2x6 joists, the floor joists, and then they skinned it underneath with 1/4-inch plywood, and then they laid their insulation, and then they put their flooring decking down, and then they ran their walls, tilt-up walls. They just framed their walls in, 1, 2, 3, 4, screwed them together, and then they put T111 siding on the sides, which structurally ties it together. And then they put a pitch on the roof. They put just, it's not even a, it's just a one side, it's a slant, right? It's higher on one side than the other, so it's got some fall. And then they put metal on the roof. And then they had a glass window. They framed in a glass window. They put it in a door. And then they bought a little wood-burning stove, like $200 off Amazon, a little tent heating stove, like Jaeger has for his tent. And it gets so fucking hot, it cooks you out of the place. You got to constantly open the door. Everybody could build one of these, right? So it's 8x12. So build one. Just so you had the, and this dude used a hammer and nails. And they're like, couldn't you have used screws? He's like, well, screws cost more, so we didn't use it. And I wanted to build it the old way. And you can't just use drywall screws outside because they rust. So you've got to use, a more expensive screw. But you could totally do it with a screw gun and not have to swing that hammer and feel it at the end of the day. But you could level it out and put your verticals in one day. You could put your frame around the base and your joists in one day. You could definitely put your insulation and your decking and your underpinning in one day. And then you could build your walls in one day and tilt them up. But the thing is, you could take this thing, everybody looks at shit like, if you live in a municipality, most places, you can't even put a fucking home in that's under 2,500 square feet because they want to be able to tax it and steal from you. But if you live someplace where you can build these things, build them, and then build a second, and build a third, and build a fourth, and build a fifth, and one's a room for your kids, and one's a room for you and your woman or whoever, and then one's a kitchen, and one's a living, area. You could add on to these things and just cut a hole and just fucking have doors going through them. But if you can build it at 8x12, you can definitely scale it to fucking bigger sizes. But the thing is, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. I want a Sasquatch boyfriend, BF. I'll kick in on the feed. I need it, Jen. I was never a cat person until I heard about savannas. I may have overcommitted. If more people who spent time outside the house didn't need a huge, yeah, that's it exactly. I mean, every house used to have a porch. You had more outside living space than you did inside living space. The guy's cabin's a couple hours north, Don. Where is he at? He's North Carolina or Minnesota or somewhere? That video on the cabin is on YouTube. I have watched it. I will try to find it. I was watching it the other morning while I was on the treadmill. Lean-to roof, super easy. Bush Radical. Is it? Yeah, it is Bush Radical. You're right. It is Bush Radical. He's got a good YouTube channel, though. And he just talks about people like, it's the mindset thing, right? That video I was watching. And he's like, what he did is all the negative comments people, he had addressed all the negative comments. And one of them's like, well, you have to own land to be able to do that. So, most people can't do that. And he's like, what are you fucking talking about? I drive a 1986 truck. My car has 300,000 miles. This is like the fifth one of these cabins we built. Him and his wife, I think they said they bought 17 acres, which was, and he said the price, it was high, it was expensive. He's like, but we sacrificed other things. Like we lived in Alaska. He's like, my wife and I lived in a tent when we built the first cabin. So it's all just perspective. And he's like, I met a dude in Alaska, all the stuff that goes to the dump, anything that might be usable goes under this like carport, right? So if it has any use or recyclability to other projects, it's there. And he goes, I go up there, everybody goes to the dump to dump their trash, and they go and look to see if there's something they need. And there's this dude in there, and he is such an amputee, he is missing so much of his body that he doesn't even have anything below the belly button. He has no legs. He has, you know, no reproductive organs. Like, how does he even go to the bathroom? And he's like, but this dude's there, and he something that he wanted out of the recycling area, drags it over to his truck, gets it in his truck, pulls himself into a truck, and fucking drives away. He's got the truck rigged up. If that dude can do it, what's your excuse? And that's kind of the thing, you know. Everybody has some reason they can't do something, but we didn't ask any of those motherfuckers. They put themselves in there. I drive a 79 350 and a Cessna. That's fucking cool. A Cessna. I saw Luther Birdsell got his pilot's license today. I guess he's just still has to, or he got something today. He's been taking flight lessons out of Nashville, and I think he does his solo, or maybe he just did his solo. He's about to fly to Chattanooga, I think he said. Family farm had a summer kitchen. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody that's planning on being prepared when the power goes out, right? You have to have a summer kitchen. There has to be an outdoor kitchen, because you're going to have to run those canners outside over fire or open flame. Check out Kyle's cabin too. Young dude, built a badass cabin, debt-free, Minnesota. There's another dude I watch, and I don't know what any of these guys' names are, but he has one where he built like a root cellar under his house, and it's fucking insane. It's like a 2-hour-long video that's sped up, and he decides he's going to dig this root cellar under the house, under the cabin that he built, and he starts hitting rock. So he starts chiseling these little holes in the rock. He starts drilling these little holes, and then he takes this wedge and puts in there and tap, tap, tap. And then he puts these other like shims in there and then puts the wedge between them. And he drills like a series of 4 holes in these rocks. And he's literally cutting these rocks, splitting them in half, making like squares out of them almost. He's cutting them small enough that he can physically move them out of the hole. But the dude's got just awesome stuff. And then these guys making like these in-ground, I don't even know what they're called, in-ground shelters, just digging holes in the dirt, lining them with moss and a thatch roof. And they've got fucking stoves and ovens and, you know, fireplaces in them and shit. It's fucking just amazing to watch these. It's like a fucking hobbit hole. Grandfather passed away a while ago. Before he could get his super cub reskinned, cheapest guy to do it was $20,000 minimum. I've got a trailer I need some work done on. The front nose of the trailer is leaking somewhere, and it's got Cody's like, these aren't screws, right? These are rivets, but they look like they're Star or Torx heads that hold the skin on. It's a Wells Cargo trailer or a Hallmark, I don't remember. I bought it fucking brand new. Now that trailer would cost 4 times as much, like if you could even get a trailer right now. But it's got a little leak somewhere. Sounds like my self-reliance. Haven't watched his channel in a while. He did something similar up in Canada. That's him. That's him. Yep. Next weekend, been working a lot lately. Behind on Free Meat. Seen an awesome channel with a Chinese dude cutting a home out of rock using a drilling method. It's fucking nuts, man. It's just time and patience is what it looked like. Yeah, Nick, I have no doubt that you can batten up that leak. Russia Central Bank agreed to treat Bitcoin as currency. Bitcoin will be the new petrodollar. Learn about Bitcoin and Solana. Droplets. I agree with you, buddy. I agree with you. There are many people that are on this video right here that have heard me tell people, go buy Bitcoin. Buy 50 a day, buy 50 a week, whatever it is. Get Bitcoin. Start watching it on Cash App. Get comfortable with it. I mean, fuck, everybody, Everybody's like, I wish I bought Bitcoin 10 years ago. Yeah, motherfucker, so do I. But you know what? You could have bought Bitcoin 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when it was damn near 30,000. And what are we at right now? I haven't looked at it today, but I also didn't get any notifications, which means it didn't go up or down more than 5% today. So it's still floating around 42, 43,000. If you'd have put your $1,400 stimulus into Bitcoin, you'd have what right now? $67,000, something like that? With Biden, Ukraine, and Russia, who's to say the whole thing isn't just a money drive for you mean hedge funds? I don't know. I don't care if it is. But the reality of it is, if you put your money into Bitcoin last year, you would have a fucking ton more money right now. 43.8, there we go. What are you rattling your tail for? Weirdo. He literally came up and just rattled his tail all over this thing, drummed it. Coinbase, Genie, Binance, US, all good places to trade crypto. Yeah, I got Coinbase and a few others. But as far as a kid or just any person, you can get an account super fast. You don't have to. There's no bullshit to it. A Cash App account, most people have it. Go buy $50 in Bitcoin. Next week, buy $50 in Bitcoin. Next week, buy $50 in Bitcoin. Get familiar with it and get comfortable with it. It's going to go up and down. But every time it goes down, it goes way further up. And if every time, this is the end of Bitcoin. See, I told you. Why is it that everybody who didn't bother to do what you did fucking is happy when they think you failed? Stay away from those fucking people. Stay far, far away from them. Because there's a thing called Bitcoin obituaries. There's been hundreds of times when they've written these huge news articles about how this is the end of Bitcoin. And what happens? It fucking doubles. The last Babylon today. Good news is we won World War II. Bad news, the world was totally destroyed. But not everybody, Don. It's just like the Great Depression. A lot of people made a lot of money during the Great Depression. A lot of people made a lot of money during the Civil War. There's always another side. There's always a way to benefit. Just figure that out. Figure out how to benefit. Smallpox outbreak in Yemen. Ooh. Remember when we had remember when Ebola was in the United States and all of a sudden they found a cure for Ebola. And I'm not giving you shit, Javier. It's fucking constant. Look at this. $100 Bitcoin investment in 2011 would have pulled $77 million today. Topsider homes are another really cool design option to check out. Not familiar with that. I don't know what that is. I won't be getting mail from Yemen. I have an Ebola World Tour patch. Paul Revere, what's up? Jose, as in Jose Rivera. There he is. What's up, buddy? Well, sweet potato. That is sweet potatoes. So I had a flat. Walmart, it came from Walmart, I think. Walmart had one flat of sweet potatoes, right? So 6 cells of little sweet potato slips. And people that don't know, sweet potatoes grow as a vine on top. It's a tuber underneath. On top, it's a vine. And you can eat the greens of sweet potatoes. You could actually cut and just decimate the greens for sweet potatoes, and they'll just keep growing and growing and growing. And you can just wilt them and use them as spinach. You can add them to soups and salads and all kinds of things. So I took those 6 sweet potatoes and I put them in one of my raised beds outside. And it's only like 2 feet by 5 feet, 2 feet by 4 feet maybe. not deep, maybe 12-ish inches deep, if that. And we popped them in there, and they grew. And Deep South Homestead, I think it was Deep South, or one of the homestead does a lot of gardening. They got a new row house and shit, one of the YouTube channels. And they put in sweet potatoes in their row house, and they didn't get shit out of it. And I don't know why. And I remember my buddy Don hit me up, and he's like, hey, whatever happened with your sweet potatoes? I go, I've still got them in the dirt. I should have pulled them a month ago. I go, I'll do that this weekend and make a video. And I did. And I don't know where the footage for that went. I have tons of hard drives. So we pulled them out of that one bed, those 6 sweet potato slips, and we didn't do anything special. We literally put them in the dirt, gave them sunshine, and they got rained on a lot. And I got 17 pounds of sweet potatoes out of that and wasn't even really trying. So I think that's a pretty good return on investment for 6 to 8 square feet, 17 pounds of potatoes. I think that's pretty good. I've got a lot of potatoes ready to go. You guys thinking you're going to start potatoes from grocery store potatoes. It works. It works. But a lot of times it takes a long time for them to sprout because they put something on them that keeps them from sprouting. So I've got these blue taters. These are not sweet potatoes. I've got these blue potatoes ready to go. Tons of them. And then I've got these bags here. These are starting to sprout. And then there's a bunch of others. And I pull them out and look at them every week. And they're ready to go in the ground. So as soon as it warms up, like I would have loved yesterday and today to plant. But you know damn well your plants will love the weather and the sun. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to freeze again. So we're just not there yet. Rule of thumb here is don't put anything in the ground here until Easter. I'm growing my slips right now. I just lost it. Going to feed bag method. See, that's what we're doing too, buddy. We're using. I'm gonna prove, and I'm sure there's videos of it. It's not my idea, but I came up with the idea of just taking animal feed bags, cutting them in half, and planting in the animal feed bags because we throw dozens of them a week away. We get 50-pound bags of feed, and then I have a bunch of. They were down under here. I don't know where they went. Here's some. I've got a bunch of the felt grow bags. And that's what a lot of guys in the greenhouses and shit and row houses are doing is just grow bags. And we're going to do a lot of grow bags this year. When you build all these beds and stuff, it takes so much soil, and soil is super expensive. So I put a lot of wood in the bottom. I just take wood out of the firewood pile and line the bottom of the bed so that I don't have to put as much dirt in. From Great Britain, what shop is that? This shop here, this is special operations equipment. We build everything you see here. And it's awesome that you somehow found us being in Great Britain. We've shipped stuff to Great Britain for the last 35 years. We build stuff, we build nylon tactical gear. And this is actually the factory that I'm in. That's the little showroom up front. And I'm a, crazy American survivalist, doomsday prepper. So I've just kind of incorporated. We left California for Tennessee 15 years ago, and just kind of homesteaded. And in the last couple years, we built this building out about 5 years ago, and I'm on 10 acres of property, and we grow a lot of food here. So when everybody went nuts with toilet paper and the COVID shit, we in the beginning, in case it was serious, we took it kind of serious. We added like 200 chickens. We added a bunch of ducks. We added a lot of garden, a greenhouse, a couple ponds, water catchment, a lot of freezers, and just places to, just in case. But we build everything you see here on all of these sewing machines. And it's all made by human beings. And all the raw goods come in the door. And we cut everything here, and we sew everything here, and we ship everything out of here. Great Britain is strange to get a prepping community. Starting, oh yeah, they are absolutely starting to. The thing with like the UK, Great Britain and all that, you guys don't realize, and maybe you do know, you don't own any of your farming rights. So during World War II, when the government took over all the farms, and then demanded double production. They shut down all meat production. They said, okay, we're not going to grow, you're not allowed to grow cereal crops to feed to meat because you eat meat. You're now just going to eat cereal crops. And maybe you know that, maybe you don't, but there's a great series the British Broadcasting, BBC, put out called Wartime Farm. And no matter where you live, you should all watch Wartime Farm. It's a series that's probably like 12 episodes. You don't even have to really pay attention to it. You can just listen to it. And there's just the lost knowledge that's there and how they did things. And it's still applicable today. But they take historians and they go to the real farms that used to be wartime farms, and they open them up, and these people live there for a year, and they farm and have to make quotas and do things as they did back then with only the available tools. But it's very interesting, and it's very, very educational. And it just opens your eyes as to what you can possibly do, what's possible to do. Adam, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Anybody here ever lived off Mountain House for an extended period of time? I can't have a farm here in the suburbs. I understand what you're saying. Get out of the suburbs, buddy. You'd be surprised what you could do. So I lived in San Diego, and we didn't have per se like a homeowners association, but we had CC&Rs, covenants and restrictions. We did have a backyard. The backyard at my mother's house was probably as big as this garage, right? So we had this much backyard, maybe a little more. But I had rabbits back there. We had all kinds of gardens. The dude that lived on the other side of the fence had tons of gardens. We had an orange tree and an avocado tree. And I had rabbits that just created rabbit shit. And then we had a lot of lawn. And my mom wanted the lawn. So I couldn't just tear the lawn up and plant it. And we didn't own the house either. We rented the house. For fucking 20 years, we rented the house. My mom just, kind of poverty mindset. So we always rented and paid somebody else's mortgage for them, but we were able to do a huge amount of things in San Diego. Like it's always, I know somebody that lives like in Washington, D.C., works at the Capitol building. And they grow a ton of amount of shit in their apartment on their balcony. Look up Grow Tech buckets. They do a self-watering system that you can, they sell a whole kit, it's badass, or you can just use any 5-gallon bucket. But you'd be surprised what you can do. Get out of the suburbs, yeah. I live off bean burritos for years. I just started listening to Wartime Farm this afternoon. There is definitely, it is not a waste of time, right? And it will spur you to do a little more. It'll show you how simple things can be. A lot of us are always chasing the next thing, right? I said that the other day, there's a lot of gear buyers and gear collectors that don't use gear. Well, I can't go hiking yet because I don't have, the Gregory backpack. And then they got the Gregory backpack. But they didn't get it sized. They don't know whether they needed a medium fucking bag and a small set of shoulder straps and a medium waist belt. They never put it on with any weight. And now I can't go backpacking because I don't have a Mountain House stove, and I don't have Mountain House, and I don't have, fucking Vast shoes, and I don't have, whatever it is. There's always an excuse why they can't do something. But as kids, we used to get on a BMX bike and literally from sunup to sundown ride as far out in the canyon as you could possibly get. Even then, as we were older, it was dirt bikes, and we would literally ride a dirt bike till it ran out of gas and push that motherfucker the whole way back home. And nowadays, everybody's just has an excuse for why they can't do anything. Bought $500 worth of Mountain House, put it all in a huge garbage bag, hope to never need it, because I have a feeling my stomach would not like it. So Brad, man, keep in mind Mountain House is freeze-dried food. We actually make freeze-dried food. I have a freeze dryer right out this other building, right out the door here. And I have Mountain House. I also have Provident Pantry stuff. I have Augustin Farms. Whoever's making Be Prepared, Emergency Essentials, they have a private label now. I suspect it's probably Mountain House still making it. Just remember, it's all freeze-dried, right? So there's no liquid in it. So you have to rehydrate that. Do you have if it comes time to you to rehydrate that food, your water's probably not going to run. And in the city, when the water stops running, the sewage stops working. And in a lot of fucking places, when the sewage stops working, it actually comes back up your toilet. So you might just be surprised and have sewage in your apartment. So if that's your plan, have a plan B, plan D, plan C. Get a storage unit, store extra stuff in a storage unit in case you can't get back to your apartment, right? Enough stuff on your person to fight to your vehicle, enough stuff in your vehicle to fight to your house, enough stuff in your house to fight to a tertiary location. You know, you need a plan A, B, and C, a backup for everything. And that needs to be prepping, especially in the city. You need some like-minded people. And if you just start doing outdoor kind of stuff, don't go find the prepper group. The prepper group with the emphasis on guns and stuff, that's the federal government. Like there's a dude there that's going to cause you to get arrested. Like just start doing things. Go take some med classes, you will find like-minded people. Go to some training schools, you will find like-minded people. Hiking, kayaking, backpacking, you know, outdoor shit. That all helps for that kind of stuff. But the mountain house, you need a supply of water. You need a supply of water. And you should, why are you waiting? Like get some mountain house right now. Get a few meals that you think sound appealing to you. You can even buy them at Walmart. Walmart sells them. Get a few and just make it up this weekend, man. Put a Coleman stove on your, or a Jet Boil, or it doesn't even have to be Jet Boil, right? It can be one of the no-name brands from Academy Sporting Goods or Big Five or wherever. And just, or you could even, just to test it, you could even just bring it to a boil on your stove, make it, eat it, and see what you think. Like know beforehand what you're getting into. Mountain house is expensive, especially when you buy any bulk of it. So just try that, right? I would tell you to get some MREs. You can buy them. You don't have to buy new MREs. You can buy, like it sounds funny, used MREs, but you can find them on Craigslist and you can find them on Marketplace. And I know people say they hate MREs. I fucking lived off MREs 30 days in a row. That's all I ate for 30 days. I like MREs. I don't ever open them and go, oh, this is nasty. I don't eat a lot of MREs. I have a fucking ton of MREs. I would expect, I don't know what the current price is. When I buy them in bulk, 100 meals at a time, I usually pay about $6 a piece. So they're heavy. You're not going to hike with them. But to have them just tucked away, ready to go, don't need a fuel source, you can just pull them out, eat them cold, right? MREs. And they come with a heater. You put a little water, or you can even piss in the bag, and it'll activate the heater. But just have, find out, man. Know that shit now. This MSR Lite, it's a little burner that runs on gasoline. Yes, I'm very familiar with the MSR. I have the Whisper Lite International. It'll run on kerosene, white gas, diesel, avgas, JP, whatever. Open flame. I'm not saying don't do it. There's been a lot of them that go up fucking Everest and shit. Absolutely. I own probably a dozen of those. The Jet Boil is a little more convenient. You don't have the fuel can that you have to uncap. Anything that runs propane is the most convenient. So for city and bug out kind of shit like that, the Whisper Light is very light, and it will run other things. You have to change the jet out depending on what you're running. Not a big deal. Our MREs every day, 8 MREs every day for 3 weeks straight when my power went out 1 year. Yeah, I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all. And if somebody's like, oh, MREs, well, you're not fucking hungry enough. And I don't know what to tell you. While you're pissing and moaning, I'll be happy to eat the MRE you don't want. 70-foot sailboat is a frigate. Fucking a lot of people's bug out plan is a boat. Like we just had a very real conversation with some friends about a fucking sailboat. Our MRE 8 MREs, I hope everyone will try and come best weekend to Self-Reliance Festival. Lots of good info. We will all be here. And you can see evidence, right, of we actually doing what we talk about. I think that's very important. A lot of times you watch these prepper channels or these fitness guys or girls or whatever it is you're interested in. And then when you meet them in person, they're not at all like they are on the camera. It was all scripted, or you just see some little sliver of a studio, and they're telling you all these things to do. And maybe they're right? But when you meet them in person or you go to an event at their place, it's not what it looks like on video. It's a lot of bullshit. So I believe if somebody asks me advice and I'm in a position to give them the advice, I believe there should be evidence of having done what I gave them the advice about. And I think that that's very important. Success leaves clues, and that applies to everything, every aspect of life. If you're not used to MRE, you best try them and get your body adjusted. I want the M&Ms. The compound is legit. Can you do some barbell curls for us? I don't barbell curl anymore. I actually was curling tonight with this Rogue bar right here, a curl bar. And I was curling with this curl bar down, and then I did a bunch of dumbbells. So I did chest, I did rows, I did rear delts and tries. I had this down, was doing curls and tries, and incline press, and the curl bar. My shoulder's completely fucked up, and I've got some issues in the bicep, but I haven't done straight bar. I used to straight bar curl 135. That's been a very long time, like 20 years. And doing shit like that is why I am fucked up now. I know the Mars family work for them. I could probably get some M&Ms. Got a box of badassery. Daryl, what'd you get? What'd you get? Grew up on a farm wearing cheap-ass mud boots and overalls. We repaired fences, cut logs. I don't need much to be comfortable. That's good, because it sounds like you're about to be doing that shit again. Fencing is fucking expensive. It is good that you know how to put it in. Brother and my mom started prepping recently. 70-foot sailboat in the marina. That's cool. When you got a 70-foot sailboat, that is a huge, like when you jump from a 20 to a 25 and a 25 to a 30, the sailboat gets considerably wider. You gain a lot of square footage and storage space. And everybody, all the prepper guys, like prepper this, prepper that, all this shit. Look at fucking the sailboat industry. They got to live out in the middle of nowhere and be self-contained and self-sustained. Most of their appliances are stainless steel, so they're going to be heavier than titanium. But you know, it's all doable. How did I get this light on here? How do I get the light off? What in the world? Share, mute, disable, flash. Weird. How do I get that off? Fencing is expensive and time consuming. When we moved on our property, only one side of the property was fenced, and it was garbage barbed wire. I have more money in fencing than this property cost when I bought it, with a 10,000-foot building on it. Seattle, really good sale. I bet it is. Ooh, I just got a smell of the leather. This leather smells so good. From the NAR video you reposted today of the guys carrying glass, from the comments, they are definitely some people who could benefit from some education and training. Chuck, I didn't even realize that was North American Rescue's video. I saw Lance. I saw it posted, and I shared it, not even knowing who it was. And then I realized it was Lance talking about our get-together, about our Prepper Fest. And I didn't see any of the comments. And the original post has probably different comments than my post has on it too. So there's probably 3, 4, 5 sets of comments, but I never went back and looked at it at all today. I was super busy today. Wood BBC is one of the originals, showed it. Charles Wood, BBC would search for, Wartime Farm. Yeah, they also have Tudor Farms. There's a bunch of those series. Colloidal silver, 26-foot carver, cigar case, 2 and 3 pocket sleeves, couple stand-up pouches, EDC pouch. Daryl, man, thanks for the order, dude. Have you done any research on colloidal silver? Yes, absolutely. Yes. You need a little electricity machine and some silver coins. And I think there's definitely something to that, yeah. And when you start searching it, you'll see all about how it'll turn you blue, and that's a bunch of horse shit. There is a blue dude. Flying around Rocky Mountain West, I do have a 42 in the works right now. Still have and use my grandparents' fencing tools. You need a trip that your fucking grandparents' tools are still here, but we buy brand new tools and they don't last a year. The sun fucking destroys everything in 6 months now. These fucking beanies are so nice. Mini pack this morning, right on. Did it ship? It should have shipped. I saw that order was at 6 a.m. You should have got tracking on that already, right? Burned all my Carhartt shit. I'm not burning my Carhartt shit. I'm not supporting Carhartt. A bunch of my friends cut the tags off of Carhartt. Adam Calhoun burnt all his Carhartt stuff. Totally understand it. We did a shirt that says fuck Carhartt. We have a Carhartt here in town. They are, and it seems like they're only fucking with the unvaccinated people, and they're writing them up constantly for trivial little bullshit. We actually have some Carhartt employees that came to work here who, because they're over the vaccination shit. We have a lot of ladies here whose family members work at Carhartt, so we hear what's going on inside here. And the Carhartt here in this town is just, it's like it's barely holding on. It's almost like they're trying to get people to quit so that they don't have pensions to pay. So they don't have to pay out for the time people have been here. But I would not be surprised at all to see that Carhartt here is closing down. No tracking. Okay. That's weird. Tracking order that is stuck in Memphis. Yeah, it's been happening there. It's just been happening. And unfortunately, we can't see anything that you can't see. It's fucking, that's how shit is right now. So Memphis, if you don't know, Memphis buildings are miles long. And Memphis has not, since the beginning of COVID, Memphis has not had fucking 30% of their employee staff show up to work. At any given time, they're understaffed 70%. I got a friend that drives into Memphis and drops mail off, and he sends me photos of the inside of the building, and there are fucking boxes just fucking stacked. They're not even stacked. They're thrown to the ceiling. It literally looks like they took a front end loader and just pushed all that shit into a corner of a building. And there's millions of packages in there. But they do all make it out. They do all come out of there, and they do all show up and start moving again. Nick is taking his words back. What he's saying? I don't know what we're talking about. I wrote F on the Carhartt tag, the black magic marker. When they are worn out, I'll switch to something else. We got a shirt. It says fuck Carhartt. It's got a needle sticking in the side. And for all the talk and people pissed at Carhartt and all the shit all over Facebook and Instagram and shit and all the videos people made, these shirts did not sell well. I have a lot of them still. I've got patches too. I don't think we've ever even shown these patches. I don't think these ever have been put, I don't even know if you can buy those. right, guys. Good talk tonight. I'm about to get off of here. Got 2 shirts yesterday. Thanks for your order, man. About to get off of here. I've got, I don't even know. I think there's 10 videos loaded right now that aren't published. So I'm about to add all the links and click-throughs and everything for those. And maybe put another video up tomorrow. And I'm going to go get some work done. What other woodland dreams are you got going come true? I've got visor covers going tomorrow. But the elastic will all be coyote. But the edge tape, the Velcro, and the body will be woodland.